Hi yogis, Katy here at my studio Body and Shine Wellness in Elgin, Texas. This month's videos are focusing on twists. So in each video I'm hoping to give different layers as far as a twist that could work for hopefully anybody. In this twist we're going to be working on Revolved Crescent Lunge. So we'll offer different layers of twists that can help you wherever you are in your practice or with whatever issues might be going on in your body. So grab your mat. You may want a blanket if you have sensitive knees and we're taking one of the modifications. So maybe have a blanket, otherwise let's get started. All right, so we are going to start with our crescent lunge stance. I'm going to start with my left leg forward. You choose whichever one you want to. Technically it's my right leg, but I'm mirroring you guys, so I say it's my left leg. But anyway, you're going to start with one leg forward. In this case, oh no, what? You know what? Let's just start over. That's terrible. I'm not happy. All right. All right, guys, so we're gonna start with our crescent lunge. So if you don't remember, crescent lunge, we've got one leg forward, knee bent, other leg extended behind us with our heel lifted, and we're sinking into our hips. If you already know that this isn't gonna work for you, hang tight. We're gonna do a variation with our back knee down, okay? So no worries. When we start our twist, our revolved crescent lunge, you're gonna bring your hands to heart center. You're gonna lean forward. As you lean forward, feel your core engage, feel your belly lift away from your thigh, so we're not rounding and collapsing. You're keeping all that length through your spine. And then as you twist, you're gonna start to bring the outside of your tricep or your elbow across. As the twist deepens, you wanna see if you can work that arm a little bit more into the leg, so you can see my shoulders start to stack a little bit more. Eventually, maybe like even the armpit is almost touching the thigh. Now, if you already know, again, this is too much of a twist for you today, we can come down, or excuse me, the balance is too much for you today, but you wanna do the twist, you can come down to your back knee. This is where we may want a blanket. So you could slide your blanket under there. Same idea, twisting the elbow across. Make sure that you don't lean the hips back. That's the only kind of disadvantage about having the knee down, because if you did that in your crescent lunge with your leg lifted, you'd fall on your butt, like pretty quickly, right? But with the knee down, you can kind of cheat those hips a lot more, so be sure you're keeping the hips level. It's probably not gonna be quite as deep of a twist, which is fine. It'll give you a little bit more support in the balance department. So that's one layer you can take. Another layer, if it's a little too much twist, but you're okay in your legs with the balance, you can reach one arm forward and the other arm back. Just like with the knee down, make sure it's not coming from the hips. So make sure we're not twisting from the pelvis. Keep your hips straight forward like your crescent lunge. Let the twist come from your heart and your chest and your upper back. If you want a little neck stretch, looking back over your back shoulder. Now, those of us who feel pretty comfortable in revolved crescent lunge, maybe feeling a little ambitious, trying to warm up for something else that's maybe a little more challenging later in your practice. You might get into this twist pretty deeply, okay, however deeply you go. If your armpit is getting pretty close to your thigh, you can do this with or without coming down to your back knee. If you've never done it before, I'd come down to your back knee the first time to try it out. You're gonna take your arm that's making contact with your thigh, reach it underneath you, bind your arm. So this is kind of familiar if you watch the Half Lord of the Fishes video. Press into the ball of your foot, lift your knee back up, and keep twisting. For the most layer of challenge, starting to look up over that top shoulder. Now when you're ready, either coming down or not, unlacing the arms, and then depending on where your practice is going from there, you can come back to your crescent lunge or just unwind, whatever you want to do. As you're deepening into that bound revolved crescent lunge, so you've got hold of your fingers and you're opening up, the more that shoulder starts to stack and the more that you lift your gaze, the more it's going to challenge your balance. So at some point, you might get to a point where you kind of topple over. I've done that like so many times, okay? So if you're scared, if you're nervous, maybe having like the wall next to you or your couch or something, really, I just fall on my butt and I'm okay with that. As long as you don't mind it, your butt will catch you. But just so you know, it is possible that you get so twisted, your brain is like, what is going on? And you get disoriented and you lose your balance, okay? So it happens. But anyway, those are a lot of different layers that you can take that twist to. So there's one if you have balance issues, one if low back issues maybe, one that's great, like all purpose, and then another one that's a little bit more challenging as far as that opening through the chest, the shoulders, also engaging your core and using your balance. So hopefully there's something for everybody in there. If you have questions about any specific one, just leave me a message. Otherwise, I hope you enjoy. Thanks, guys.